Today on The Young and the Restless, Devin and Lily discuss Mamie and Nate, Victor executes the final test, and Heather and Lucy return to Genoa City. At Lily's place, Daniel tells her she's a genius for suggesting he get Sally to design his new place. She agrees to join their meeting if she has time. Daniel has to ask her something. Are you still cool with me living just a few floors down from you? Lily reminds him he already bought the place. Daniel just wants her to be as excited as he is about it. Lily says, "If I'm being honest," she kisses him. "I am thrilled. I am really happy that we're going to be close to each other." Daniel has some time before meeting Sally and Lily has some too. They make out. At Society, Devin creeps up behind Abby and asks to make a reservation for 52 people tonight. Abby grins and asks why he's there. He wanted to see his pretty lady and updates her on Aria's success with her hearing aids. Abby learns he's going to see Lily at their old place. Devin admits he's feeling unsettled about all the change happening these days. Abby asks what he's talking about. Devin is mostly talking about the company and Mamie's investment. He doesn't know how it's going to change things given she's adamant about bringing Nate back into the fold. Abby knows he wanted to work things out with his cousin eventually. Devin says it's too soon to bring Nate back and Mamie is trying to force family unity through business transactions. Abby advises that he is strong enough not to be manipulated by anyone. It's not anything to be afraid of. Just trust your instincts and you'll be fine. Devin nods, but that's not the only thing about Mamie's involvement that concerns him. Tucker's involved, trying to get close to him. Abby wishes he'd just get out of their lives. She has faith that Devin will do the right thing. Don't let Mamie push you around and don't let Tucker bully you into anything. Devin loves her for this and they kiss and hug. Heather and Lucy enter the main doors of the athletic club, set down their luggage and Heather smiles. Lucy hopes her dad found them a place to live, then it will feel like they're actually living there. Heather promises to reach out to Daniel once they're settled in. Lucy reminds her it's a surprise. She explains how much she's missed home. Heather nods, "Me too." Lucy misses her dad too. "I'm really happy I get to be near him." At Crimson Lights, Chloe notices how chipper and energetic Sally looks. What's going on? Sally confides she's off to meet with her first client, Daniel Romalotti. Chloe's relieved she won't have to worry about Kevin going over there to cardboard boxes and recliners. Sally's sure Daniel will want something interesting. She talks about how great it is to feel excited and have something to look forward to. Chloe senses her mood is about more than just work. She guesses things are back on track with her and Nick. Sally tells Chloe that professionally things are fine with Nick, but personally, not so much. He made it clear she needed to figure out what she wants. Chloe thinks that's easy. You want a successful, gratifying future with Nick as your partner in every way. Sally admits the swift kick in the ass Nick gave her really woke her up. The moping around and crying into her pillow was pathetic. It's time for her to get her act together. "I am going to embrace this new career. I am going to live my life and I am finally going to get my spark back." Chloe high-fives her. Chloe hopes the new plan doesn't include Adam. She admits she's had a crappy few days and Sally asks her what's wrong. Chloe is about to explain when Daniel walks in. Sally introduces them, but of course they know each other and hug. Sally can't wait to get to Daniel's place and walk him through her ideas. Daniel steps away to take a call and Sally invites Chloe to join her at Daniel's to share her ideas. Chloe would love to tag along. In Victor's office, he tells his children, Nikki and Nate, that it's time for the truth. "I have to admit that my mental state has been somewhat precarious as of late. I hate to say it, but I've lived in denial for a while, so the time has come when I need to do something about it." He tells Nikki, "I'm sorry, my darling." Nikki sniffs. That announcement was not at all what she was hoping he would say. Adam admires that he's facing what they all have noticed. Victor calls him out for trying to trick him into seeing a doctor. Adam counters that he just said he was in denial. Would he have cooperated if he'd confronted him? Victor apologizes to Nick. He was afraid of what was happening to him. Victoria asks, "What needs to be done? How do we handle this?" Victor says the top priority is protecting Newman Enterprises. Nick and Victoria pipe up that he is the top priority. Nate shares his plan that Victor takes a leave of absence while he goes to a top facility to be diagnosed. He's drafted a press release explaining Victor's departure. Victor asks, Adam, do you concur with this plan of action? Adam replies, no. I don't. Not at all. Adam is sure that rival companies and the press will see Victor's absence as a red flag. Rumors and suppositions have become bloodsport. Someone will find out and exploit the situation. Nick asks if he has an alternative plan. Adam does. We bring the diagnosis and the treatment to Dad. We keep it all in-house, private as it should be. We get him whatever he needs, and as a family, we help maintain the appearance of normalcy. Nate argues that it's a mistake. Victor needs a controlled, specialized environment. Adam reminds him they're Newmans, they can turn the towers or someplace else into the most specialized environment in the world, and they can hire the best specialists money can buy. Nate warns Victor that it would be a huge mistake to compromise on something this important. Victoria stands up and asks, Mom, what do you think? Nikki thinks they're all getting ahead of themselves. They need a diagnosis to know exactly what they're dealing with before making a decision. Victoria is sorry, but she's been thinking this through, and she agrees with Adam on this. Adam never expected to hear that. Victoria agrees that the press will attack. It's better that Victor stays put. At Lily's place, she and Devon finish work on something and send it. Talk turns to Mamie and what she's done and what she hopes to do. Lily feels her dreams for the company hinge on Nate coming back to work with them. Is that even a possibility? Devon's been asking himself that, and his answer is maybe. Nate burned a lot of bridges that need to be rebuilt with them. He also doesn't think Mamie's being honest about her plans for the company and if they involve Jill or not. He asks if Lily can imagine Nate working at Chancellor Winters again. It definitely wouldn't be as COO. Lily agrees. She feels like Mamie is hoping they'll lean more on their family loyalty than their connection to Jill. Devon points out that Jill owns half the company, and they work with her. Mamie has to know there's no getting around that. Lily wonders if Mamie's plan is to push Jill out and have their family be the sole owners of the business. What would you think of that? Devon can't see Mamie having the money or power to take down Jill. Lily figures that's where Tucker comes in. Devon thinks he's focused on Ashley and the Abbotts right now. He has no idea what his plan is and is tired of worrying about what he's going to do. They circle back to Nate, and Devon says it's a moot point given he wants to stay at Newman. Lily thinks it would mean a lot to Mamie if they could make an effort to reconcile. It struck a chord with her. Nate is their family and has made an effort to put the past behind them. Devon will give it a try for Mamie and for Lily. Devon exits. Outside the door, he sends Nate a text asking him if he's free to grab a drink. In the club dining room, Heather calls Daniel and leaves a message asking if he's found a place for her and Lucy to stay when they get back to Geno City. Daniel arrives at his apartment with a missed call from Heather showing on his phone. He tells Sally he wants a relaxed home that feels like a place that somebody lives in that appreciates both art and tech. Sally tells him they're on the same page. Chloe has some ideas for the dining area. Sally warns if her ideas are better than hers, she's stealing them. A knock comes at the door. Daniel assumes it's Lily, but it's Lucy. They hug. He invites her in and Heather follows. She kisses his cheek, and they exchange pleasantries. Daniel makes introductions and explains Sally is helping him decorate the place. Lucy pretends to hate the place until she finds out she's getting her own room. I love it so much. Daniel, Sally, and Chloe walk into the bedroom and Heather and Lucy agree the place is cool. Sally finishes her initial assessment and Daniel tells her he feels validated. He thanks Chloe for being her wing person. They leave and Daniel leaves the door open to the hall as he tells Heather and Lucy he can't believe they're there. I may have found a place for you to live. It's a very nice apartment that should be available in about a month and a half. Lucy's face falls. Heather explains she's not keen on staying at the club. Daniel tells his daughter she can stay every night at his place if she wants. They hug as Lily arrives and takes in the scene. Lily joins them and is glad to see Heather and Lucy got the full tour. I didn't know you guys were back in town. At Newman, Nate tells the Newmans he understands wanting to control the publicity, but the doctors can monitor and control things much more definitively in a clinic. Nick supposes he's suggesting they send their father away. Nate replies, for the time being. He touts voluntary admission into a state-of-the-art facility. As Nate talks, Victor pulls out his phone. So that would keep me sequestered from my company and my family for an indeterminate amount of time. Nate stresses that the doctors will want to get a handle on his condition without outside influences. Victor asks, so what would happen to Newman Enterprises while I'm gone? At Crimson Lights, Sally and Chloe remark on how in sync they are. Sally assures Chloe she's glad she found success at Marchetti though. Chloe tells her things aren't good there. In fact, I think I made a terrible mistake. At Society, Devin kisses Abby and updates her that he and Lily are on the same page. They're going to listen to Mamie and be suspicious of Tucker. He also made the move to reach out to Nate. At Newman, Adam asks Nate to enlighten them on what will happen to the company while their dad is away. Nate thinks that it's obvious that Victoria would step back in as CEO. Victor is satisfied with her work overall, and it would be one less thing for him to worry about while he's being treated. Victor asks Victoria if this was her idea. She replies, no, not at all. Nate assures Victor he kept their discussions between the two of them per his request. Victor tells Nate that at least he appreciates this much of what he has done. He turns to Nikki, sweetheart, I think it's time to drop the charade. Nikki replies, way past time as far as I'm concerned. Victor leans forward and smiles at Nate, you're fired. Victoria's eyes widen. Nick and Adam narrow their eyes in confusion. Victor beams a self-satisfied grin.